since I'm busy working on the Officer Dan Scotch and a Beer, I'd like to make that as good as I possibly can. I am getting ready for No Coast. And what that means is I print all of the t-shirts, I print all of the hats, I get everything that I can done now so that I can sell merch, so that I can actually make money at these events. Whiskey Garage isn't just a brand for me. I pretty much do everything from the design work to the actual printing of the t-shirts themselves, printing of the hats. I don't do the little things like lanyards or stickers, but my buddy Ernie Vigil does that stuff, so that's a-okay. Just wanted to give you guys kind of a brief rundown of printing some shirts. First step is to have a design. Once you have that design, you need to get that design onto a transparency. You know, every different color needs to be a different transparency, so it would need to be broken out. Luckily, this is a single color design. Then you make sure that thing is centered on your platen. Ain't nobody got time for crooked t-shirts. Then you head over here to your trusty dark closet. You got to keep these screens completely in the dark, otherwise they will be exposed if any UV light hits them. Once you have your design in place, you need to tack the design to the front of the screen. Then apply some pressure to make it stick. Now your design is on the bottom of the screen. You take your screen and your transparency over to what's called an exposure device. You get a weight on there and a way to cover all the black ink. Once everything's in, push the button. Timer set for 6.5 minutes. That sucker's got to expose itself. Possibly inappropriately? Question mark? Now, what you're left with after the burn process is a screen that looks exactly like it did when you put it into the machine. Let's get that taken care of. All you have to do at this point is rinse the screen out with decently high pressure water. And what you're left with is a burned in design. Everywhere where the black ink was, the emulsion disappears. It's like magic. Once the fully burned screen is dry, it's time to come over and make fine adjustments whilst lining it up to make sure, again, it's straight when you go to print it. As you can see around the edges, there's still screen. So what you do is you tape it off so that the ink doesn't go through onto the t-shirt. And then you glop down a heaping spoonful of ink. Next, you drag that onto the shirt. And Bob's your uncle. You now have a printed t-shirt. Final step of the process is to run it through the heater. This has a timer for 26 seconds. Don't need to show all that. And ding, it's done. The ink is steamy fresh and ready to be worn. And that's all there is for making a t-shirt from start to finish over here at the old Whiskey Garage. This is Officer Dan, and I'll see you guys at the No Coast Trip Party 9.